Evening, folks. Can people hear me over the music? Music too loud, too quiet? Am I too loud, too quiet? Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. Music tonight is kindly provided by Dragonhead. Link to his Bandcamp site is in the description for the video. Just going to be the same song and repeat, unfortunately, because I'm not technical enough to work out how to do playlists and stuff. So if you get fed up with this song, I have others. Just let me know. Tell me to change the record or something. Oh yeah, you better see what I'm doing. There we go. How's that? Spring from here. Hello, I'm here. Oh, what a day. What a week. Oh, what have I been doing? What have I been doing in the over a week since the last one? I have been working, as is my lot in life. Got to pay them bills. So what have I chosen to do tonight? I've been painting and stuff. So if you've been following my Instagram, which I know you all do religiously, yeah, that was irony. You will have seen I have been working on some busts and things. Not your traditional Moves Little Figures fair. However, I fancied a break from Warhammer and having to think about inserting things into armies and such, and I wanted to have a go at just sort of painting something for the fun of it. So I did that, and posted up earlier today when I did a bit of painting over lunchtime. I did this chap as well. Really cool miniature. Tried to mimic the style of an artist called Tony DiTalisi, who did an awful lot of the artwork for Planescape, the AD&D setting, back in the day. What else have I been doing? Building Terminators and other things, printing out chests and angry chests. And wolves with backpacks. There we go. That's what I've been doing. What am I doing tonight? I am painting, in theory. What am I painting? I hear you cry. I don't hear you cry because I can't hear you at all. But I am theorising you are probably crying. In a good way. I am painting tonight, Bob. What am I painting? I'm painting this. This is a 3D print of a proxy for a Medusa Siege Mortar. The file comes from the Maker's Cult, and it is very cool. I have a detachable Medusa cannon just in case I want to swap it out for an Earthshaker, because they do that as well, and it's exactly the same mounting, so I can just sort of swap as I see fit and have either a Medusa or an Earthshaker, which is like a Medusa but longer. So that's that, and that's what I'm doing. There's going to be an awful lot of airbrushing tonight because most of the base colours are going on with an airbrush. This isn't primed, so I'll need to prime it first. This is me shaking my primer. This is my shaking my other primer. Shaky primers. I have fixed the Google situation. Google no longer defies me when I turn on my compressor. I've changed the command word. Hey Moog, turn on the compressor. There we go. Every time works. Hey Moog, turn off the compressor. There we go. And it's off. And I need it on, so Moog, turn on the compressor. There we go. Did I defy myself? Nope, it's on. It was still pressured up. Okay, cool. Right, what colour are we going to start with? I think hello, Kev. How you doing? I think we're going to start with black. I've started using this for all my priming needs because it is really, really good. It is better, in fact, than my usual go-to, which is the Scale 75, because this actually forms a layer over the miniature, and it's quite hard wearing and doesn't rub off. Rub off. Right, before I start painting, I need a thing. I need to find the thing that I need to find. Otherwise, this is all these knots. Where did I put the thing? There's the thing. The thing in question are these, otherwise I won't be able to see anything. Oh, we've got a Mick as well. Hello, Mick. Have we got a Mick? We've always got a Mick. Dump a bit of flow improver in there. It's one thing I have noticed about this this primer is it does have a tendency to thicken in the airbrush a bit, which can lead to problems when you're cleaning it. A little bit of airbrush flow improver just helps things move along. Get it all mixed up. There we go. Probably a lot quicker to use a spray can for this, but if I did that inside I'd be high as a kite. Yeah, the advantage of the rattle can is that however the airbrush is, I'll be done by now. Don't worry too much about the underside because, well, to be frank, the miniature's not going to spend much time on its back. Because that's not how I roll. It'll be how the tank rolls, but the tank ain't going to roll. Hi Mick, did I not say that? I did not say hi earlier, I'm sure I did. Mick the machine. Oh no! Reload! Reload! I put a relatively simple grey and black camo on this guy because that's what matches my my forces, which are based on the Necromundan force on the front of the very first plastic Imperial Guard box. Get the angle right, we can play this. No, that's not. Oh no, airbrush. Yeah. Throw a bit of air through, get things dried off before we go in with a second coat. It's actually rifling inside that barrel. You can't see it now because I sprayed it black, but there was, trust me. And for this next bit, yeah, we are going to pop that on top of that in situ. Pick up all the bits we missed. Just use up the rest of the paint basically. Cool. Oh, magnetizing CSM. Who doesn't like a bit of magnetizing? Well, you apparently. Yeah, it's a pain in the backside, but it does help. Just the bases, or are you weaponizing, magnetizing the weapons and all kinds of other crazy stuff? Right, going for a zenithal. Zenithals aren't great on vehicles, but seeing as the main colour of this is going to be grey, it does kind of need to happen. You can get a bit of a mottled theme going on with the with this in it as well. Lovely. And over the top of the cannon, because I guarantee you they do not take tanks apart to paint them. If it's on the tank, it's getting painted. Woo. Okay, had a bit of an accident there. Never mind. A bit excitable little back and forth there. Right, okay. Let's get this gentleman out of the way. Well, if you don't believe me that the army painter speed paints reactivate, that's it reactivating with some yellow paint that was on the thing from earlier, like days earlier. So yeah, something to be aware of. Make it work for you. It's Tom. Hello, Tom. List A, B and C. Well, I wonder what you're thinking about. You're not thinking ahead to a certain narrative event, are you? With your 3 lists. That couldn't possibly be part of your thinking. Getting some practice in. Oh. Right. Okay, what's that? We're going to go over that in a minute. It won't matter. It won't matter. I'm just going to paint over it. A bit of an accident. You know, let's turn it into a story. One of the guardsmen spilt the paint. Okay. So now we've got our main base coat down. We are going to go in with, in fact we're probably going to use this now to get the mottled camouflage look on it. Bit of airbrush improver, a flow improver in there as well. Well, it wouldn't be one of my streams if I didn't punch the camera. There we go. Mixed through. Lovely. Right, okay, camouflage. Camouflage is occasionally quite tricky because the human brain doesn't do random very well, and you kind of do need it to be random for camouflage to work. And we'll do our best. There are many ways to do camouflage, this is one of many. Oh, we're losing. Come on. Oh, there we go. And this is when I evangelise about the wonders of the airbrush, because it makes things like this so much easier. And because of the way military vehicles are painted, you can entirely just go straight over the gun with the same pattern. Let's go over that in black. And it'll sit happier under the metallic that we're going to use. Possibly needs a little bit more up there, so we'll continue this up there. Blotchy cow camo. Yep, airbrushes are very useful. Very, very useful. And they speed an awful lot of processes up. People tend to be scared of them, don't be. Once you get used to them, they're really quite tame. Right, okay, let's get this. One of the only downsides to them is that you do need to sort of clean them out fairly regularly whilst you're using them, otherwise they get clogged up. So that's an easy enough process. Just rinse out the paint well. Finger over the end, activate it, and that'll blow air back through and up through the ink well, paint well. And just make sure the brush is spraying clean, and that'll be your brush clean. For a deep clean, you can take it apart, which I'm not going to do. I'm just going to bang some airbrush cleaner through it. I'll probably let that sit with it actually in the brush for a bit, just to give it a bit of a deep clean. Right, where are we now? Oh, we're about the point where I can Moog turn off the airbrush every time. Every time, doesn't defy me. Right, okay, so we are going to dismantle this to paint this next bit. We are going to need, maybe not use that number 6, I do have a number 6 somewhere that is in use. That's number 2. Number 2. That's a number 4, that'll do. That's a number 6. That's a used number 6. Right. Okay. Bash the camera again, because why not? What we're doing now? I am getting some black paint out onto the palette. I'm just going to fill in areas like this where there's bit of articulation, so I'm just going to fill that in so it looks like armoured rubber or something. And a bit more water going there so it flows a bit better. Take the lid off. There we go. The main problem with tonight's paint job will be drying time. And cat hair apparently. Well, they know, because I've missed a step. Oh well. I was going to introduce the concept of chipping medium, but I've missed a step, so that'll have to be another video. Oh, we don't need the chipping medium, we can reproduce that effect with a sponge. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Right. Any other pipes or things that can be black? Yep. Legs, we'll have those in black as well. There's a pipe that needs to be in black. And the heavy bolter. Quite why an artillery piece needs a chin mounted heavy bolter, I don't know. I mean, you would assume, or might reasonably assume, there will be infantry nearby manning the gun, so it's not like it's needed for close defence or anything. 40k things for 40k reasons. Right, put leg back on. One leg, two leg. Right, now we wait for things to dry a little bit. And that's looking pretty cool already, but I'm going to weather this, give it a little bit, need a bit of flavour, Right, first things first though, what we will need to do is get a nice big brush that isn't wrecked and then wreck it. I'm looking for my brown liquid. Who has seen my brown liquid? Where did I put it? I need my brown liquid. Brown sauce. Woo. Oh, where the devil did I put that? Where's it gone? I need it. I can't proceed without it. Oh, I was using it. Ah, there it is. I was going to say, I was using it moments before I came online. Let's get a palette with a well in it there. Good Lord, camera burn off that thing. Right. It's Joe! Alright, Joe. And now we're going to go over and undo all our careful camouflage by making everything brown. Just have it away. It'll be fine. It's the first layer of mucking things up. Deliberately mucking things up as opposed to not deliberately mucking things up. Need to get some combination of dust and grime and all kinds of other good stuff. So what are people doing then? This isn't your normal hobby time. This is new and exciting. Normally you chaps are chatting away and hobbying away. Maybe you are. Maybe you're in the channel. I don't know. Comment. Tell me what you're doing. You know, even if you're not watching this on repeat afterwards, tell me what you're doing. If you have any questions about what I'm doing and why, feel free. Again, even if you're watching this on catch-up, I do monitor all my comments and try to respond when I can. So regulars on my feed will know that my brown sauce is a mixture of Agrax Earthshade, Seraphim Sepia, Lamium Medium, and a little bit of Drakenhof Nightshade. Now I remember what that paint was called, so be proud of me. Should really put the metallic on the legs first, but yeah. If I don't muck up the process at least once when I'm doing a miniature, I get worried. Alright, this is the bit that takes the time, because the wash takes a little bit of time to dry, and you can't really do much else until it's done. It needs time to sort of bed in and, well, dry. And as I'm painting, I did that off screen, didn't I? Because I'm one of them. I'm the sort of person who does a live stream and then does painting off camera, because that's how I roll. So as I'm going through this, I'm looking for areas that are going to need little touches like scratches and dings and areas of grease and extra grime. I'm not particularly worried about rust at this point in time, but there will be some. But definitely areas that will be greased, like the running gear of the elevation mechanics there. And the rate at which these things get used, you probably expect a bit of wear on the barrel where it retracts. I printed off and then completely failed to bring through some shells for this thing. So if you bear with me one moment, I'll give this thing a moment to dry. And we'll go and get the shells. Don't know what I'm going to do with the shells, but I've done them. So bear with me a hot minute. I'll be back. And now I'm back. Turn that off. So you'll see things have dried, but not much. And you'll notice I brought some toys through from the other room. There's one of my Necromundans. And you can see they fit together quite nicely. These are my different squad because it's got a red helmet stripe. And here we have one of the shells for this thing. And you can well imagine carrying one of these mortar shells for the Imperial Guardsman is going to be no joke at all. So I will be considering getting... I wonder if it... Does it? It does! Oh my word. Right, okay, I'm not going to lose that down there because that would be silly. Yes, I'm probably going to end up getting some, what are they called? Big lumbering, big dumb lumbering forest fans. No, Ogrins, that's it. And get the ones from Necromunda that are servitors, and have one of them as a loader. Not that you really need loaders on the battlefield, but it looks cool, and that's what I'm about. Oh Mick, I'm saving you from Liam and Winters. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to hear you say that. So yeah, shells go in the shell box. There's another thing I printed. And then the lid goes on. And then you find that they do. Haha. Look at that. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, build a supply truck with the base of this thing and just stack it high with shells. And then do some sort of convoy adventure, I don't know. 10-4 Rodak. About to go hunting bear. Okay, that's just that's just lost half the audience for not being old enough. Oh, I could do that. I could do that, Joe. I could, if I was doing a diorama, which I might do at some point. But I don't think that might be a bit extravagant for the old battlefield. What do you reckon? Right, now this is still looking a bit wet, but we'll proceed because we've got to do something. Right. So what I've got here, I've just taken the lid off, and I knew what I was about to do there, and I stopped myself. So I'm really proud of myself. I was about to show you what it was by doing that with the lid off, and that would have gone all kinds of wrong. Smokey and the Bandit? No. Okay, I've lost most of the audience. Not Smokey and the Bandit. No. Answers on a postcard. In fact, the clue was in what I said. So this is MIG oil and grease stain mixture, which is an enamel paint. I'm just going to dot in all the rivets here, just to give them a bit of definition. There's an awful lot of rivets on this thing, so I'm not going to go absolutely mental. I'm probably going to ignore the areas that are already black and just concentrate on the areas that aren't. Let's see, pick out the rivets. A little bit of a downward streak to represent streaking. Going to do some actual streaking later. I'm dipping my brush way too often. Don't need to dip it this often. So where else would there be grease? There would be grease on the hydraulics rams of the legs. That's where I'm putting it now. It looks a lot more brown on the screen. It's a lot darker in person. I'll take that off for a second. So there'll be grease on the hydraulic rams, on that hose probably. I'll stick a bit of grease on the exhaust as well, because, yeah, why not? You always get a bit of runoff from exhaust if the engine's not running clean. You're always going to get a bit of oil blowing through it. Probably get a bit of it going on here as well. Get your fingers in there, which is what she said. Don't be afraid of using your fingers, which is also what she said. See you, Joe. Thanks for dropping by. Inevitably I am going to miss rivets. At the end of the day I don't care. Oh yes, that probably needs some grease on it as well. Why did I just dip that in water? Did I or did I not? Not 10 minutes ago. So it's an enamel. Ladies and gentlemen, what do we need for enamels? Answers on a postcard. What cleans enamels out of brushes? Or more to the point, what doesn't clean more enamels out of brushes? We need white spirit. What else we can do here? Let's dump a bit of this on there and it sort of blends things in. Gives a really cool effect. Just spot it here and there where you've got the enamel paint and it will blend it in really nice like that. Here we are. More of this one, oil and grease. There. If we mix it in with a bit of the old white spirit, you can start using the capillary action for doing washes and things. Panel lining and what have you. I'll show you what I'm doing. You get the ratio right between your paint and your white spirit. Just spot it on the side there where there's panels, and it will naturally draw paint out of the brush and follow the contours round. I'll find somewhere a bit more striking to do it. Are you going to be able to see it? No, that didn't really work. Trust me, it's doing it. It's tracing the outlines and marking panels. And it'll even do it upwards because that's how capillary action works. So that'll outline that panel quite nicely. Swap it over and do the other side as well. There we go, you might have seen that. Fun with enamels, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be afraid of them, they are a useful tool. Same with oils. I was about to dip it in the water again there. Right, okay. What do I need now? Well, I think what we're going to do now is we are going to get some Rhinox hide. thus. Pardon me. And we are going to get a sponge, thus, a little bit of sponge. And we're going to combine the two. Rhinox, sponge, cat hair, gone, sponge, Rhinox, sponge, dippy sponge, Rhinox. Remove paint from sponge, be unscrubbly. Right, take you off. Oh, there might be a bit of, yeah, okay. And what I'm going to do is just dab on the Rhinox on the areas that might see a bit of chipping. So, and the edges. And it also doubles as rust as well, so you can get it where it pulls as well. It's not rust in this particular instance. What it would represent on a tank is there's a sort of a reddy brown undercoat that they put on tanks to prevent rust, and it's got, well, it's rust. That's why it looks like rust. A layer of rust prevents rusting. Who'd have thought it? So it's that reddy brown undercoat showing through. And you're going to put it on areas that will see a lot of wear and foot traffic, like, well, there. Now what's going on here is I've got an awful lot of white spirit still on the miniature, so it's there we go. So it's starting already to look like chip paint. White spirit on the miniature is stopping the Rhinox adhering it to it. It is possible to go overkill with this. I'm not particularly worried about doing so. I reckon these guys have been out in the field for a long time and they don't have an awful lot of paint with them. So once things start to chip, they will start to chip. It works better against a light background than against a dark background. This style of weathering works really well on yellow. Yellow weathers up really well, just generally. And you can, on the flats as well, you can sort of dab that in. It looks like an area of warm paint. So you're thinking about where the crew are clambering around on the vehicle, so they'll be up the side somewhere, and they'll be getting in the hatch, so there'll be a lot of stuff around the hatch, I would have thought. So, plenty of wear around that hatch. It doesn't look like much at the moment, but when I stick the next layer on, you'll see it all sort of come together. So I reckon some of that on those vents will probably take a bit of a beating as well. And all along the bottom of the armour. You can get ablative armour plates for these things as well, which I didn't stick. Oh, okay, well. And then there were 5, which sort of stick out to about here, and they look really cool. So I'll do one of them with do one of these things with a couple of them at some point. So this could be scraped against rubble and wreckage as it's pounding around through rubble and wreckage. That's my rationale for why they use walkers, is that you can do an awful lot more with a walker when there's lots of rubble around. because a walker can climb in the way that a track, well, a track can kind of climb, but not as well. I reckon they keep the gun in working order in preference to the carriage. Right, okay. Thank you, Tom. You're hopefully seeing it's beyond simple to do this. It doesn't require any kind of level of talent. Like I say, I learnt most of my stuff from YouTube videos, a lot better than this. Right, so that was that's my usual go-to metal colour, which is Duraluminium from Vallejo. I'm going to do the same with that. We're going to get it on the sponge, wipe most of it off, and then a bit more sparingly than we did with the brown, we're just going to stick some metallic, like fresh damage, in there, and it just brings things to life. And this will show up on the darker areas as well. So again, where there's been lots of traffic, so how would they get up there? I reckon they'd probably... How would they get up there? I reckon they'd climb up the leg, wouldn't they? Yeah. So a bit more wear around there where they've been clambering on the vehicle. Get some more around the hatch. See, if I'd thought, I would have stuck the decals on first. I absolutely would have done that, because then you end up weathering the decals as well. So when you do this, don't do what I've done. Put the decals on first, over a clean paint job, and then do your weathering. And this has been how not to do it with Moog. Stick a bit of that round there, and we're gonna So we've been a bit more sparing with that, but it just adds to the effect of chipped and damaged. I think what we're also going to do now, so yeah, we're going to go around the bottom, aren't we? Again, sparingly around the bottom, where there's been interface with the local rubble. What we're going to do now, I think what we're going to do now is we are going to get some of this stuff going on. And this is Dirty Down Rust. And this has really taken off in popularity since I started using it. You know, Element's stocking it, you're seeing it on all the videos, people deciding it's the best thing since sliced bread, and this is all since I started using it, obviously. You know, they're getting all this from me, clearly. I didn't see any videos of it before I started using it. And then suddenly, you know, trendsetter that I am. It's not cheap, this stuff, so be a bit sparing with it, unless you're made of money. In which case, can I have some? And this stuff is water soluble, and it's a one coat solution. You stick it on, it does its thing, it looks like rust, and replaces about 5 products. So I just put along that along the bottom of the vehicle, the lower extremities. I might go over it with the silver again, the duraluminum, just where it's washed up. Actually, no, I don't need to, because what I can do. Get some rust in there as well, why not? Because what I can do is I can reactivate it with water, because it's water soluble. Get some in there as well, where it's welded to the deck. Except obviously it's not welded to the deck. Very removable. Around where water would collect, get the rust going on there. Get that in there as well. Where the two areas meet as well, two metals meeting, you're always going to get a level of interaction if they're different. Oh, this stuff's so good. And that you can just put in water, because that will reactivate it. So there's just water and maybe a little bit of that rush. Yeah, just a little bit of that rush on the brush. And get the water on there, and you can reactivate the rust, and you get a different effect on the rust as well if you do this. You'll actually get lighter spots showing up when it dries, which looks super cool, and it looks just like rust, which is exactly what you want from a product that's designed to look like rust. It does mean you can also push it off areas and move it around in areas you didn't quite want it, and put it exactly where you want it. This is a professional prop maker's product, so it's not really for us, which is why it's good. So this is used in the film and TV industry for weathering props. Also going to get a bit going on the base around the railing there. Let's do that. Get a bit on there as well, just to dull that down a bit. Yeah, just wash it over that. Just to dull down the silver where it's a bit too bright. There we go. And this is looking awesome already. This is looking awesome. We're only an hour in. Oh my gosh. So already we're kind of getting there for a weathered thing. What I was going to do is I was going to use some of that aluminium and just get some metallic brushed on the old legs just to bring them to life. And this is why it would have been good to do this before, because all of that grease and stuff I put on the legs you now can't see. This is why real YouTubers edit and stuff. So they make all the mistakes and then suddenly the mistakes aren't there anymore. I make the mistakes and point them out because, you know, you're going to make them. And it's okay. And they can be unmade. I spend a lot of my time unmaking mistakes in my painting. Or making bigger ones that actually work out better. Happy little accidents, as Bob Ross would say. Good stuff, Mike. Good stuff. Right. So those are nice and metallic, and I can go over them with something again. To be a bit more silvery, because if there's anything that's going to see an awful lot of wear on this gun, it's going to be the breech, because that's going to be moving a lot. So yeah, I think we're getting there, aren't we? Possibly not getting the best appreciation of what this looks like in person, because it's the white balance on the camera isn't great, but it's starting to get there. Get some more on the foot plate there. There we go. Right, I think it is time to start thinking about setting that aside for a moment or three. Clearing the decks a little. Reaching for the cutting mat. Clean cutting mat, look. It's because I use it for cutting and not painting on. You watch it get covered in paint. That thing. Sharper the better. And decals, all of the decals. Right. I need. Blimey. I'm not sleeping well these days. Well, tell a lie, I am sleeping well, just not at the right times. I need to think about what decals go where. So I'm going to need a company marking, for which I am using where's the thing? Probably using that. So I'll set that aside. I also kind of want to use hazard stripes somewhere. On my Chimera variant of this, there was a hazard stripe on the back for aerial identification, but that's probably not going to work with this. Well, I mean, the logical place to put it would be around the back here, but I don't know where to. Well, I mean, look at that rust. Look at that rust paint. It just looks great. Love it. No, I don't know where to put that. So I need a company marking and a vehicle number. The vehicle number, I've been using 3 digits and they'll be in white. So there'll be a couple of them. What else will I do? I think I will probably yawn lots. What else will I do? Other. Use that one? Yeah, we'll use that one. Why not? Probably going to use a Mechanicus stamp as well. Maker's stamp, maybe that one. So that and that we're definitely going to use. Don't do any of that. Keep one of them around, that might be useful. What do I need from here? Anything? Not that cat hair, let's face it. I mean, the pin-ups are funny, but I can't really see. Well, I can really see. That one looks kind of like that mortar shell. Danger, Betty. Maybe not. What are people thinking? I mean, I kind of want to use that thing for something because it's got a penguin on it, and penguins are cool. Thoughts on the floor? penguin. Well, yeah, but why? I mean, it's an American marking. Alright, penguin. Oh, I've just cut through it. Because of course I did. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We can weather over that. It'll be fine. Right. I think we are probably looking at... I mean, would they name their cannon? I think they probably absolutely would, wouldn't they? They absolutely would name their gun. I think they probably put something like that on it as well. These decal sheets are from Green Stuff World, by the way. Who I should absolutely get sponsored by. Oh no, the penguin's gone. What a personal disaster. Where did the penguin go? Alas, it was not... Oh, there it is. Right, okay. Oh yes. I was going to use a maker's plate. Ooh, now there's a hazard strip there. Which I could absolutely stick there and then weather it off again. I think we might do that. I think that is a thing what we'll do. And that is a thing what we is doing. Come and see the thing that we is doing. We is doing the thing. So I've got to think ahead as well, because I've got 2 more of these to make up and decals, so I've got to make sure I've got the right decals for them as well. Still available. And my supply of decals. There we are. Kind of redundant hazard marking, but meh, whatever. These more decals that way. And 3-digit number, somebody. With no repeating digits. Anybody? 137. Thank you. And one. And three. And seven. Probably not going to repeat this on other side. Oh yes, I will. Yes, I will. Did I cut the cut? I didn't cut the company marking out, did I? That's one thing we are going to use. That's that. Which is the regimental symbol. Justus extremis, Mottled mortis, Imperius metallus, kill. Kill. Well, yeah. Put two finer points on it, eh? Right. Okay. That's a base. We can use that. Put some water in that. That's chipping medium. That's decal fix. There we are. Some decal fix up there. It's like a kind of like a varnish, I suppose. Kind of like. I think that's probably exactly what it is. Right. Let's get the one on the barrel first. Figuring out what's going where. Yeah, that can go there. So let's get that one soaking as well. And we know there's one going on the back there. Soaking as well. Right. Are you coming free yet? No, you're free. There we go. And push that on there. Get the scalpel. bit of water there, just to wet that down a bit so it gets it up, so we can move it slightly. Job's good. Probably is not the accepted way to put decals on things, but it's the way I do it and it works, so you know. There is undoubtedly a much better way of doing this. Central. Yeah, okay. There we are. Because who wouldn't paint a massive skull on a howitzer? I know I would. And it's the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. Skulls are everywhere. Oh, that didn't go to plan. The decal split. But what we can do is move it a bit more centrally. There we go, and that'll work. Oh, I do need a thing now to sort that out. See if I can find it. Bear with me. That's not it. Actually, do you know what? No, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to... Ah, there it is. Bit of reverse psychology there. Decal softener. Make out you don't need the thing and you will always find it. Right, there we go. Just a bit over the top, and what that will do is it will soften up the decal and shrink it a bit and make it sort of get in with all the contours and things. Get it going on there as well. Thing to bear in mind with it is it is a little bit of a solvent, so you can end up reactivating and taking paint off if you're not careful. Right, other decals. We want 137 on there somewhere. Where are we going to put 137? Let's deal with the company marking first. And the maker's mark. Which way does that go? There's tiny little bits of writing on there and I can't... Oh, there's a skull. That's why. That's that way. It goes that way up. Handy this way up skill. Hey Jamie, welcome to the party. There we go. I'll put that company mark in on the other side as well. If I can find another one. Yes, another one. There's another one, conveniently. All good, mate. All good, mate. How's you? Right, penguin decal. Let's figure out where am I going to put the penguin decal. I know where it would go on US armour, or near enough, but this isn't US armour. Mick, where do you want your penguin decal? This is your fault. You're taking ownership for it. I'm getting a bit sick of these legs falling off, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to maybe on the barrel pull the other one. It's already something on the barrel. Big penguin blaster. I'd say it's no wonder you're single, but you're not. You must have a very understanding other half. That should hopefully prevent the legs falling off. There are some things where the legs don't fall off at all. Maker's mark. I think we will put there. Penguin, penguin, penguin. Whose idea was this penguin? Right. Penguin. No. Yeah, let's stick it on the other side, opposite the maker's mark. There you go, penguin. And 137 has to go somewhere. I was going to put it on the sides, but I don't think I will. I think I will put the 137 on the top there. Ain't a one. Ain't a three. Ain't a seven. Oh, what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna. Nope, too big. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that at all. Could do that. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it on the top. One. Three. Seven. And you didn't see any of that because it was all off camera. Oh, I'm getting good at this, you know. Yep. Artillery walker indeed. Right. Mopping up the excess moisture from the decals, because well, this might be a first actually. I think we might actually be actually get a paint job done inside the 2 hours. Of course, I've doomed myself now. Don't need that anymore. Oh, I could even have done 137 in big friendly letters on somewhere. Eh. Right. Okay. More brown stuff. I'm just going to use that to dull down the decals and blend them in a bit better. I was saying earlier that I should have done these decals at the beginning before I started any of the weathering, but you know, that's not how I roll. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. Picked up the one there because it reactivated. There we are. 137. Get some over that as well, and over that, and we are going to dirty down the legs as well. Just to tie everything together, because I did this in completely the wrong order. Penguin gets muddied as well. Nobody escapes the mud. Let's have a look at that. Mud, by the way, is absolutely something that I could stick on this, but My theme is not mud for the army. My theme is urban rubble, which I would stick on the base for this, but as there isn't a base for this, I'd have to rely on the battle mat. I could probably do with a bit of... Did I get any paint on the back there at all? Ugh. Oh well. Yeah. So it's not quite done, there's a little bit to do at the back. But I think... Yep, this is for the 667th Necromundan Siege Battalion. It was a toss-up between the Basilisk cannon and the Medusa, and I went for the Medusa because the Medusa is properly a siege mortar, and the Basilisk is just a ruddy big gun, which you could absolutely use in a siege, but this is a specialist siege thing, so I thought, oh, okay, might as well lean into the whole siege identity. Let's get some weathering back on the back there. Yeah, mate, I'm a fan of these, I really am. Yeah, this is Maker's Cult, and they do a whole range of well, not just walkers, they do a medieval-ish themed set of vehicles, which are very cool. They look like they're medieval armour plating, which looks odd, but very cool. They do this, which is all sort of walkers and things. They do a bunch of stuff, and not just Imperial Guard either. They'd also do traitors and all sorts of stuff. It's really cool, actually. While I look at it, I keep seeing things, but that could do with a bit of TLC. So I'll get the oil out. Put my glasses back on, otherwise this will go in the wrong place. Get some oil back on there. Just dulls that down a bit. But yeah, I really like them. They do these, they do Chimera versions of these, they do Lehman Russ versions of these. There's even talk of a Baneblade version of these, which is going to be absolutely insane. And when that drops, I will absolutely be getting one. Because, I mean, why wouldn't I? But yeah, that's that. Oh, I need some metal on the front for the bolter. Let's do that now. Let's actually get this done. Let's get this completed. Let's complete an actual miniature on the live stream. How awesome would that be to actually get it complete? I'm missing Aquillas. There needs to be an Aquila on here somewhere. I know what I used for the previous one. That was something from an actual Imperial vehicle kit. I know I've got all my bits box somewhere. I'll stick it on later. But I'm going to get all the painting stuff done now, because it's just going to happen. It's about time I finish something on the live stream. Mate, there's loads out there in the 3D printer sphere for Chaos. Loads. Right, there we go. Again, I'm doing things off camera. I'm getting really good at this. There we go. And done. Done. Oh my god. Done. Wowee. Done. Where did I put that pool of metallic paint? There it is. Get that. You get off there. Right, let's get all this mopped up because done. Incredible. Done. Marvellous. Thing. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a thing. The thing for the finished I've confused the entirety of reality by finishing something, and now the thing that I was going to look for the completing of the right, there we go. There we go. Look at that. Bam, bam, bam. How awesome is that? That looks pretty awesome to me. Done, done, done's a first. Yeah, I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Thanks for dropping by, guys. I'm probably going to make this a regular thing on a Wednesday now as opposed to Monday. Monday's a little bit hectic for me at the moment. On Wednesday I'm less likely to get videos dropping on my head to destroy my viewership. Yeah, I think it's going to be Wednesdays going forward. I should probably rename it to Wednesday Workshop or Wednesday Watching Paint Dry or something like that. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Wednesdays going forward, ladies and gents. Right, housekeeping. You know the drill with regards to my Patreon, and if you like what I do, I've got a Buy Me a Coffee link as well under the video. If you can hit like and subscribe if you're not. Hit the bell for notifications for if you want to know when I'm doing other stuff, because I will do other stuff. I occasionally drop tutorials and things that aren't live stream, and I intend to get back onto that at some point. They're a bit more involved because there's a bit that I edit them and all, do all sorts of things, and so, and I've also got to work out what to do, because you know there's loads of people out there doing exactly what I do. Well, not quite in my inimitable style, but nonetheless. Got a few ideas for what I can do for tutorials, so keep your eye out for them. Hit the subscribe button and the bell and like and comment and chat and watch it again once it goes up as an actual video. And when you watch it as a video, chat and comment and like and subscribe and do all that good stuff and share it with your friends. And yeah, do all that stuff. Music in this video was from Dragonhead. He's got a Bandcamp site, the link for which is in the description for the video. Go and check him out. Good stuff. Right, I think I'm going to call that a night. Well, I'm not going to call it a night because that's clearly not a night. I think that's a basilisk or a Medusa or something. A knight's something very different. It's a big thing with legs and stop it. Well, this is a big thing with legs, but bigger thing with bigger legs. That's a knight. Yeah, anyway. Good night, ladies and gents. Have a good one.